limited to just the, let's say, the active homicide, if you want to call it that, of the beating. It's the, what is it, 22 or 23 minutes, Anderson, in which he's not receiving care. No one's performing CPR, an ambulance doesn't show up, and so on. That is at best gross negligence on the part of the officers, and I'm certain that the prosecutors right now are looking into whether they can charge someone for that failure to render care. And even if they can't, I'm certain, another thing I'm certain of, Anderson, is that the Justice Department here in Washington is right now looking into whether they can bring a federal civil rights charge against any of those paramedics, EMTs, or officers for the failure to render care, which is itself seen as a violation of federal civil rights law. So there's a few different options here, even if Tennessee can't prosecute them.
Yeah, Congressman, I mean, Elliot brings up the point of I mean, all that time where they spent just standing there not doing anything. I mean, as somebody who spent so much time in law enforcement, have you ever seen anything like that aspect of just the I mean, anybody looking at that person laying on the ground knows that person is in trouble.
Oh, of course, I worked very closely with our EMTs, with our fire department, and I can say in almost 30 years on the street, I have family members who are firefighters, EMTs. I have never seen anything like that. My understanding is that the information they were given was that this was a, quote, pepper spray call. Well, it's obvious, or it should have been when they arrived on that scene, that it was certainly more than a pepper spray call, looking at the condition of Mr. Nichols. And so I do not understand, I'm sure the investigation will certainly help us all understand why they did not assess the condition of Tyree and render the necessary aid. There are a lot of unanswered questions, and we have got to have them answered.
Bill Demings, I appreciate your time tonight. Elliot Williams as well. Thank you. Just ahead, well, more on police body cams, the effect they might have on the criminal trials to come, and why the fact that cameras did not seem to stop these officers from doing what the video shows they did. Two law enforcement experts join us. And later, CNN's Caitlin Collins with more breaking news. There's new grand jury testimony in the Mar-a-Lago documents case where the witness